Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So today's video we're going to be having a little chat about the new Roxi X Revolution palette. So it just looks like this. It's a lovely like teal colour, so you can see the reflection of my softboxes there. So this is by Roxxsaurus. I don't know who she is, I don't follow her channel. And this is the Colour Burst Palette. I do have the Ride or Die palette that she has also come out with, so we're doing that in another video. She also released a contour palette, contour and highlight. I didn't pick that one up because I thought some of the colours were too deep. I think like out of the 8 shades only half of them will work for me, so I didn't pick it up. These are £10 each. You can get them from Makeup Revolution's website and Superdrug, and I will link those down below. I bought mine from Superdrug and I bought both this one and the Ride or Die palette, and if you order £20 worth of stuff on Superdrug you can have it delivered to store next day for free, so that's what I did. So this is what the palette looks like. So we have a nice mix of matte and shimmer shades. So for this palette I decided not to do like an eye look like on camera with this palette, just because I feel like I've been doing a lot of them lately, and back in the day I used to just talk to you about palettes and we'd have a little chat and then you'd leave me comments on what you thought about them. So I just wanted to go back to that, just give you some of my opinions and then some swatches and just make it a short video overall. But if you do like the tutorials, let me know and I will go back to doing those. So there are 18 shades in this palette, and for £10 I think that's quite a good deal, and 12 of them are matte. So the shimmer formula, I would say it's a little bit different, or it performs a little bit differently, and I'm going to tell you why throughout this video. So on this one here, it's a burgundy colour called Royal. That looks a little bit chunky, whereas like the silver colour, it looks more finely milled. However, I have got the shade Princess. I've just stuck my finger into the gold. So this orange colour, which is called Princess, I have got that in the middle of my eyes today, and when you look at it, it actually looks matte, whereas I was wearing Sky the other day, and I will insert a clip of that footage as well, and it looked really metallic. So I don't think all shimmers are created equal in this palette. So as I said, this is the second time using this palette. Today I am using, so I've got the shade Lemonade in my crease. Then I went in with Fetch to deepen it up, and it actually looks a little bit orange when I mixed them two shades before, but I have only used the orange shade Bang Bang on my lower lash line. I've not used it anywhere in my crease, so I've used those two. I was going to deepen up like the outer part of my eyes with like say this red velvet, but I like the way that the pink looked, so I just left it as was. Then I use Princess, which is that metallic, on the inner part of my lid, and then I use Constellation on my inner corner. I did actually go in with like this W7 Petal to the Metal. It's like a liquid liner but like with glitter, and I just put it over the top just to give it the look a little bit of something. It kind of, I don't know, I kind of got one eye looking right and then the other eye looking drunk, so I don't know how similar they're looking. So that's just that if you wanted to know. The highlighter I've been wearing a lot in my videos is this $1 highlight from AOA Studio, which is Shop Miss A. This is one of the power lighters in Astro, so it's like a loose highlighter, and these are so glowy for $1. These are such good highlighters. And then if anyone wants to know what's on my lips, I am wearing the Colourpop lipstick in the shade Boy. This is the only Colourpop lipstick that I've got from them, and it's my first time trying it, and it does actually look and feel really nice. It's my kind of really light nude that I like. So anyway, I digress, back to the palette because that's what you're here for. So I do feel like it's a really good palette. I do have enjoyed using it. I would say that you need to have a good brush for your shimmers. So for example, I always use the Makeup Geek foiled eyeshadow brush. I will go and get that brush for you now. So this is the Makeup Geek foiled eyeshadow brush, and I think you can get these on Beauty Bay, you can get them on Makeup Geek's website, and it was about $8 I think when I bought it, but I'm sure you'll be able to get it with some kind of sale or something. But this brush is so amazing at picking up foiled or any kind of metallic eyeshadows, so I would definitely pick this up, because when I tried to pick up this shade Sky with a Spectrum brush the other day, it just wouldn't pick it up, and I ended up putting it on with my fingers because I didn't have this brush around. But then when I've tried to pick up Princess with it today, it's picked it up really well first time, and same with the other shade Constellation. So I would definitely recommend getting a really good brush just for your shimmers. But then I suppose if you don't have a really good brush and you don't mind using your fingers, that is also an option as well. So I do think with this Roxi palette, like with the bright colours, there is some crossover with another palette that has been released recently, and that is the Makeup Revolution. Is it called the Monster Mattes? Yes, it's the Monster Mattes. So they have just brought these out, and these are £12, and you get so many eyeshadows in here. So I kind of think that between the two, you've got that bright green and the blue and the yellow and the orange, which are also either in here or very similar colours. So if you were buying it just for the bright colours but you already have this palette, you might not need it. So these Maxi Reloaded palettes are £12. These are also really good. I did like a get ready with me with this one, and I have another tutorial and like first impressions using the other palette, which is the Big Big Love. So these are also a really good buy. So yeah, I've kind of talked about the shimmer formula, and I do think you need a really good brush for them, but they do work, which is great because in the past Makeup Revolution shimmers have not worked for me at all. So I do think they are, you know, a lot better than they used to be. The mattes are really good. I've never had a problem with Makeup Revolution's mattes. I always think they will perform really well, and as you can see by my eyes, I've got good pigment and good payoff and payout for them. So yeah, I do really like the formula. So I have used 9 of the shades across 2 days worth of looks, so I feel like, you know, I've built up like a good knowledge of how the product performs, and I do really like them. So yeah, I am going to insert some footage now of me talking about and showing you the look that I did last night. So excuse my face if it's a little bit shiny. It's like 9 o'clock at night now, but I have just been playing with makeup, and I wanted to show you one of the looks that I've done with this palette. So I'm really happy with this look and the way that it turned out. Check out my highlight. It's from Shop Miss A. It's like a $1 highlight, and it's so good. So the first colour I started with, I'm going to scooch over a little bit, is this green, and this green was called Dinosaur. I don't know, I was just kind of really attracted to like the brightness of it, and I kind of wanted to do something with it. So I put that in my crease first, and I had no problems with it at all. Then I went into Bang Bang, which is this orange shade here, and just like put it further in the crease to deepen it up. Then I went into the blue, so it's called Sky, and it's this kind of silvery blue colour, and it's really pretty. I don't have many colours like this. I tried to pick it up with one of my Spectrum brushes, and not a lot came off on the brush, so I did have to go in with my finger, put it on my eye, and then kind of blend it in a little bit with the Spectrum brush. It's a lot more finely milled than say this metallic colour here, because this one looks like it'd be really chunky, but when it's on the eyes it looks really pretty. Then I went into Memories, which is kind of like this plum colour here, and then I put that on the outer V. And then I went into Peaches, which is this orange here, and then just put that on my lower lash line. So that is the look, that's the first look I've created, because you will actually be seeing my second look right now. So yeah, this is the first look I've created. I really like it. I'm actually really impressed, you know, like I kind of feel like it's better than some of the Makeup Revolution formulas. I mean, the mattes are generally pretty good, but the shimmers are definitely, you know, better, well, the one shimmer that I have used. So yeah, that is the first look that I have created. Okay, so that was last night's look, and I just wanted to do like a little bit more of a close-up of showing what today's look looks like. And this is actually a pretty simple look. I only used 3 shadows on the top and then 1 eyeshadow on the bottom, and I think it looks really cool. Okay, so my overall thoughts on this palette are, I do really like it. It's a really nice palette. However, I would definitely, if you've got other Makeup Revolution palettes, I would just have a look in them first and see if you've got other shades like this, because there are kind of a lot of warm kind of neutral colours in here, so it turns out you might already have these shades. So yeah, I would definitely shop your own stash to see whether you actually need it, because Makeup Revolution are churning out products at the moment, so you might already have something very similar. So this is the Ride or Die palette. In my personal opinion, it looks a little bit like the Rachel Leary palette that's just come out, like a lot of warm neutral kind of colours, you know, your oranges, your golds, that kind of colour. So it looks very similar, and also she had like a pop of blue, whereas this has got a pop of teal. So I will try this one out in another video, and this one you can tell it apart because it's like got a gold front on it. So yeah, overall views on this palette are, it is a nice palette, but yeah, do just check what you've already got. I am going to leave you with swatches now, so I will see you again shortly. Bye! Okay, so here are all of the swatches of the Roxxsaurus Colour Burst Palette, so excuse my messy background. I will say that when I swatched it, the mattes were very soft. They didn't feel gritty at all. They felt really nice. However, I don't feel like a lot of these shades have performed particularly well, which is a little bit disappointing, but when I've put them on the eyes, they performed really nicely. So that's, you know, something a little bit different, because normally when you swatch something, it swatches really good with your fingers, and then with a brush not so well. But in this instance, it's performed better with a brush. The metallic, like cranberry kind of burgundy colour has swatched so nicely, as has that metallic colour Sky. And then I really like this peachy corally colour. So there are some really nice and interesting colours throughout the palette, but I would say that they do all perform really well on the eyes.